Y'all, happy Saturday. Thank you for waiting. I'm sure you can tell why you're waiting. My apologies. I'm getting a reading from the brown rat. This is going to be a scientific discovery talked about for centuries. A rat that can not only speak but can read your cards. Welcome to Saturday morning cartoon. As always, we're going to be reading for all 12 signs in order, starting with Aries, moving all the way to Pisces, and we're going to talk about overall focus and energy, what it's looking like with money, finances, jobs, and projects. And then we're going to look at love, relationships of all kinds, family, friends, romance, whatever spirit wants to get into. Hey, oh my God, Catherine, it's been a while. How you doing? Very excited to be for y'all. That's part of Saturday. Thank you again for waiting. Hey, Christine. Hey, Mike. She made it. Quasi. Hey, Jackie. Listen. The hair is quasi, but I am hearing full. Oh, hey, Maggie, Hillary. Y'all are so great. I'm so excited. Let's jump in. Let's get into it. Thank you, Christine. So, Aries. Overall energy and focus for Aries. Aries sun, moon, rising, and dominant pulse. This is going to be, this week. How is good. Halloween coming up. Got a full moon coming up. It's going to get a little weird. I'm here for it. Right? And in terms of money, income, projects. So Aries. These Aries need to know. Okay? When it comes to love, relationships, Aries, what is Aries? Okay. Maybe I'll do the same. Ooh. It's time for renewal. Let's talk about overall energy and focus. I know, Aries. Nobody wants this card. Nobody is looking forward to seeing the Ten of Swords in their cards. But there's something here that I want you to take special notice of. Ten of Swords is a sign that things have gotten, there's a bright side, good careful to run bright side. Things have gotten about as bad as they can get. This is a definitive ending. This can feel like a defeat, but Aries, every defeat is an opportunity to start a new challenge, and Spirit is asking you to go ahead and let this all the way go. Something wants to come in, and for some of you, what I'm hearing specifically is somebody wants to come back. Somebody from your past, somebody who's been a long time since you've heard from them or seen them. It's one of those things where, you could go full cliche and say, when God shut the door, the window opens up and somebody from your past crawls back in. Now, make sure that there's somebody worth seeing, but listen to the rest of your cards. I feel like you're going to be pretty excited about the energy that is entering your life, whether this is old friend, old playmate, even old lover. I'm feeling nostalgia. I'm feeling a very soothing energy. I'm feeling somebody that you feel like you can really kind of let your defenses down around, and that's going to be especially important this week. The other thing I'm hearing, Aries, is don't shut down. You might feel like shutting down when someone or something or a couple of something has really disappointed you and maybe just kind of want to kind of uncharacteristically shut the door on things and like close up within yourself. Hey, wait, David. But I'm feeling stay open. There's somebody who wants to give to you, and there is somebody else who's just doesn't. And to the extent that that is possible, release, because resistance is too tough. Like, the more we grip onto something, even though we feel like we're trying to let go of something, it's like we're holding on to letting go, if that makes sense. Like, I'm letting go, I'm over it. Are you? It's okay to be like, I'm not over it, but I'm trying to be. I'm not over it, but I'm trying to be. That's much looser, more spacious energy, and that creates room for new things to flow in. Okay? So a gentle release, be kind to yourself, be compassionate, be patient with yourself. You can be a little bit demanding of yourself, like get over it, move on, and it's like, it's okay. Like, have a little cry about it. Okay? Now, I say that things are looking great because, I mean, hey, Debbie, oh my gosh, how you doing? Oh my God, it's been forever. Good to see you. Okay, when we're looking at money, finances, projects, jobs, opportunities, Aries, you've got multiple opportunities, multiple invitations, multiple offers coming in. Page of Pentacles. Research and development is what's fair to say. There may be an entry level type opportunity or like a skill that you are working on moving from entry level like on up the scale. I feel like this is worth your time. This is worth your attention. This is worth, buying a book or taking an online course or doing whatever it is to learn more about this. Page of Cups says something is coming in that might really surprise and delight you. Now, I'm serious, like, kind of connecting these two cards for me, the Page of Cups and the Six of Cups. It's like, as they say, the spirit will move someone to make an offer to you. They may not even think of themselves as like a spiritual messenger, but here they are coming and offering you something that is exactly what you needed or the kind of support that you need. And, maybe even somebody that's saying, hey, you should go to that thing. Oh my gosh, Mandy, thank you so much. I appreciate that. How are you doing? The Page of Cups, okay, here's the other thing too to say. There's more than one offer being made through this week, some in the emotional realm, some in the financial, but I feel like they're getting support, both emotional and physical support, maybe even financial support. Someone saying, hey, I see you're going without, how about this? This is really weird and specific that you're showing me somebody who's getting someone a plant. Like, I don't know if it's like a housewarming gift or what, but somebody is coming over with like an actual potted plant and saying, hey, nourish this. And now Spirit is reminding me of a practical magical process. So obviously they want this for some of you. You could do something like get yourself some seeds or go to the store, the nursery, whatever, get yourself a seedling. And when you go to repot this seedling, you write down an intention. You might even put it into something like a quartz crystal or a bit of hematite and bury, right? Bury the seed of your intention in this plant. And every time you go out and take care of this plant, every time you give it water, every time you speak to it, every time you make sure that it's, getting rotated in the sun and each little bit of it is getting the nourishment that it needs, you are doing that for your intentions, specifically around finances or a project or an opportunity that you want to draw into your life. Okay? Okay. So the practical magical advice from Spirit. Now let's talk about the other type of offer you're getting, right? Got a lot of cups. Not one sector of your reading is missing the cup. Big feelings this week. In the realm of love, relationships, connections, there is an epiphany and there is an insight, and it is coming from this Queen of Cups. Someone sees you very clearly. And I want to remind you, Aries, these are general readings, so sometimes I could be reading the energy as if it's someone else, but this could be you. You could be the one who is the Queen of Cups and who is looking at other people and kind of seeing, in a very benevolent way, seeing right through them. Like seeing through their defenses, seeing through their bravado, whatever this is, I'm actually feeling like some of you, Queen of Cups is a very healer energy, and I'm feeling like some of you are with someone who's a pretty good mirror for you. Spirit is actually saying somebody who's got a lot of that, like, I'm good, I'm fine, bravado. So whether it's you being seen or the other person being seen, there's a really beautiful kind of melting of defenses, and like, with the melting of the defenses comes this major epiphany, this major awakening. Judgment is also a part of commitment. So I feel that some of you are letting one thing go and maybe slowly jumping in all the way and committing to something else because this person, this Queen of Cups, what they're telling me about this person also is that there is somebody in your life who, one way or another, remembering that this is quite a romance, this could also be like someone's mother. Like there's someone who looks after you and sees all of your gifts and talents and really wants to see you go all the way. Talk to this person. This person might have some big reveals through this week. Like, you may go to them with a question like, hey, when you look at this relationship or this situation where I have the Ten of Swords, what do you think was, and it's might be a little triggering, like not intended to be Aries, what do you think my role or my responsibility or my authority in that situation was? What do you see in that situation? And they may tell you something that is like, oh, damn, so you're saying I always go after people that are emotionally unavailable. Or You know what I'm saying? Not even there's that. Nobody's judging nobody, Aries, but you might get some revelations from a healer in your life. Who do you think of when you think of the Queen of Cups? Remembering that the Queen and same thing has nothing to do with gender or sex and everything to do with personality type. You can identify anywhere on the gender spectrum, that is valid. Showing up as a queen or having a queen in your life is somebody who is a divine nurturer, someone who is a natural healer and very much an empath. Someone who you could say, I'm doing great, I'm doing fine, and give an off clinical comments, and they're going to look at you and have one tear roll out their eye, and they won't even say a damn word, and then you'll burst into tears because they've allowed you to express your feelings. That person. Ooh, feel your feelings. That's kind of the major message this week, Aries. Even if it's a little startling, feel your feelings. Okay. Now, let's talk to Taurus. The fire will root into the earth. And a quick reminder, if you are here to watch your sun sign and you don't know your moon or your rising sign, I left a birth chart generator in the description so you can find out. Or if you want to cross watch for anybody with me, that is Joan. Woo! All right. Let's just jump into it. Get into it. So, what is the overall energy of this for sun, moon, rising, and dominant pole? Wow, very Taurus card. I'll show you in just a second what I can tell you. All right. Now, when it comes to money, finances, projects, here, what is Taurus thinking now? So, finances. And finally, when it comes to love, relationship, connection, here, this Taurus thinking now. Relationship, connection, wow. Oh, ooh. Okay, collaboration, Taurus. Thinking right up front. I really like this because this is you working with someone who's on your level. King of Pentacles was the first card to fly out. I was like, okay, you're ready to talk to Taurus. So this is you. King of Pentacles. Like I said, you can be anywhere on the gender spectrum to show up as a king so that you are managing your skills and resources extremely well. Remembering that when we say resources, that includes time, effort, energy, money, and even the physical body. So the way you are managing yourself, your schedule, the things, that is the overall focus for the week. When you do that, there is great success. Now, here's something. Managing your resources also means letting go of things when they don't really work for you anymore, or when they might be like dead weight, excess. Sometimes we as human beings have a tendency to be like more, more, more. Sometimes truly less is more. Okay, we're gonna get into it. When I say less is more, towards coming through the King of Pentacles, you're not going to have to worry about lacking anything. We're going to get into the less is more thing in a second. But first I want to make a quick note. Some of you all may have very placements because that Queen of Cups and then to have the King of Cups show up again in a very supportive capacity. This is someone who really is in deep touch with their emotions, and specifically I'm hearing the word psychology. So some of you, this may be a person who is literally is either in school to be a therapist or is on their is a professional therapist, counselor, something where they can, again, it's like see through you, but the King of Cups is a little more by the book. Where the Queen might be somebody who's like just a natural. The King is someone who's like, oh, and I want my certification in this. Like, I'm even actually hearing, this is very specific, but I'm hearing addiction counsel. So maybe some of you might be in that position, or you may work with somebody who works in that capacity. One way or another, I feel really good about this collaboration. I feel like these two people are on par. I also want to note that when it comes to elements mixing, that earth and water mix really nicely. These are two people who know their value and their worth and what they bring to the table. And when you put when our powers combined, I mean, when you just get right into it, let me show you. When it comes to money, finances, projects, jobs, opportunities. I feel like this King of Cups can help you kind of melt through some of your Taurus overcautiousness, a little bit like hesitance to maybe move forward. You know, you're a fixed sign. And water, whatever sign they may be, whether they're a water sign or not, there's a much more movable, adaptable energy to that. And what happens when we mix earth and water, we get clay, right? We get something that is moldable, and we can bring that back to solidness if that's what we want to do. But to get it to the solidness where we want it, we've got to mix it up, got to change it up. So this person can help you get in touch with your feelings, melt through some of your defenses and hesitations, and push you towards, because that's what I'm hearing. Two of Swords is, I don't know, should I go this way or that way? Which decision is the right decision? Not wanting to make the wrong decision, and therefore holding back, and it's feeling a little bit of a stuck at the crossroads energy. Now, so that's freaking clarified by the Chariot. This is the card of taking a direction and going for it, and saying, I know this is going to be a challenge. I'm down for that. It's not going to something that's like a very immature, like everything's going to be great. This is going to be perfect, and there's not going to be any problems with this. It's like, no, I know, I'm right. Like if you're taking a motorcycle trip across the country, you know that you're going to have to stop for gas. You know that there's going to be dumbasses on the road with you. You know that there's maybe going to be blowouts and things like that that are going to happen along the way, and it doesn't deter you from getting where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? So, this King of Cups person may be helping you make sense of and go for something that you really highly desire. Helping you see what it is that you desire, helping you see what it is you're afraid of, and how these two things together, how that all works out. Ooh, thank you for telling me that. I think I know exactly what that is. Hey, Lucy, can I ask you a favor? Yeah? Can you shut off this little speaker in here? Yeah? You're a princess. Thank you. Yes, that's it. I'm turning back. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Is that better? I hope that's better. Y'all, this is what I get. Thank you. You're the best. Okay. Hey! Hooray! Thank you, Lucy. You're the best. All right. Speaking of overcoming challenges, we did it, y'all. We did it. Thank you, Matt. You're the best. Okay. So this King of Cups, helping you see what it is you want about it, helping you see what it is that you're afraid of or what is holding you back. And when you put those two things together, it's like jet fuel, okay? And maybe some of y'all have been, we're just going to get right into it. Spirit is like some of you all have been trying to run a jet on like some leaded ass gasoline. And it's time to outfit yourself with better resources. It's time to put the stuff in the tank that actually helps you go. This is releasing that which is no longer befitting of you, and this is in the sector of relationships. New adventure calling. Somebody showing up and pulling you in this new direction. I feel that this is very much related to the Chariot. I'm also feeling for some of you, this is very specific, but some of you have children, and your children are like either on a trip or right about to go on a trip, and I'm actually hearing... I'm hearing let them go. That may be for like one Taurus that is going to hear this, that is like, I'm not ready to let my kid go on this journey, but that's what I'm hearing, is like, they want to go, let them go. So, for the one-ass person that's for, Seven of Swords is letting go of guilt and releasing people and things that you realize don't belong to you. You may, for some of you, be cutting your losses and leaving something behind, because that's the phrase that I'm hearing from Spirit, is... I tried my best. Even I, Taurus, my fixed, stubborn ass, has got to let go at some point and acknowledge that, like, this just isn't working. Or at least not this way. Like, let me change the plan. The significance of having the Two of Swords here in the center, and look what she's leaving behind. I'm leaving behind this hesitation. I'm leaving behind this standstill. I'm taking what I can carry and I'm going. Maybe I can't do it perfectly. Maybe it's a partial win. Maybe it's partial success, partial loss, but I'm cutting my losses. I'm taking what's mine and I'm moving on. That brings a new adventure. that also brings new people into your life. Some of you may have Aries placements because, again, we've got 2 pages in this reading saying, like, new energy, new opportunity, new messengers, young people. And when I say young people, quick note, lots and lots of folks here. Lots and lots of folks here. New people coming into your life, again, that want to offer you something surprising and really wonderful and something that might delight you. Stay open to that. And you might be letting go of a couple things, again, to make room for that, but they are things that have, like, outlived their usefulness. There's a little bit, again, of melting of hesitation. So if you need to talk to somebody who is good at helping you melt through your hesitation, if you know who that is, I would get together with them. If you don't know who that is, it might be time to be considering whether you've thought about getting a coach, getting a therapist, getting a counselor, getting whatever type of assistance you might need to break through some things, if you have felt limited in your business, if you felt limited in your love life, if you felt limited in your happiness, pleasure, you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be, right, like, pleasure coaches in the world. There's got to be business coaches or therapists or healers in the world that can help you break through some stuff. Sometimes we hit a place where it's like, I've done as much as I can on my own. You're a King of Pentacles. Like, you did a lot. So if you need another little push through the breakthrough, ask for it. Chariot. It's worth it. That is overcoming challenges and reaching things that you want more than anything. So be willing to make a little shift. Be willing to be a little more open-minded. That's the thing about being a king, is sometimes when we get to that king level, we start thinking we know everything. But these pages are coming in to be like, hey, if you stay forever a student, then you're always going to be learning more and you never get stagnant. Okay? Good reminder. Okay. All right. Speaking of page energy, speaking of adaptable and open. Oop, Spirit throwing the Ace of Wands. Okay. We're going to talk to Gemini. Let's talk to my air sign friends. Gemini. Gemini Sun. Gemini Moon. Gemini Rising. Spirit throwing cards. What do they need to know? Spirit, please, for their highest good. Gemini Moon. Gemini Sun. Gemini Rising and Dominant folks. Overall energy and focus for the week. Okay? Now when it comes to job, money, finance, what do they need to know? Woo! We are being stalked. Wow. Okay. All right. And finally, we'll talk about it. What's going on for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominance in the realm of love, relationships, connections. What does Gemini need to know? That Ace of Wands that they were throwing out, I shoveled it back in, but they want it. Let's get into it. Wow. Choo. Ooh, they be talking, Gemini. Okay. Okay, here's what I'm hearing, Gemini. Hey, Fernando. If you've got a contract that you want to end, whether that's like, I'm with a certain person, that's kind of what I'm feeling, is maybe some of you have relationships or situationships. That's actually kind of what I'm hearing about some of you. And so, okay, this is one of those times, general reading. I'm hearing 2 very different things. Some of you are in situationships where it's like, I want to take this to the next level. I want to make this, I want a commitment. I want to see where this is going. And some of you are like, no, I was fucking around to find out, and like, I'm still enjoying fucking around. I haven't found out anything. I'm fucking around. There's no judgment. Whichever one of those things you're doing, I would ask you to be honest. Like, if you want to commit, say that you want to commit. If you are not ready to commit, then please be honest, because I'm feeling that there's a little bit of, even if you're not intending it to be this way, somebody might accuse you, this is the word that I'm getting, of subterfuge. Somebody might be like, but you follow my Instagram, and like you're always commenting on my things, and like we've been talking since whenever, and like what? So you're not actually like interested in me? Or remembering sometimes that energy can be reversed, Gemini. You might be the one who's like, but you've been like commenting on my things, and you've been da 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 da, and like I thought that like something was happening here, and somebody might be like, no, like I comment on like 50 other people's stuff all the time with the heart eyes or whatever. Why did you think that that meant something? And I'm like, I don't like that. If you think you're the one doing it, I would just be careful and make sure that you're playing with other people that are down for that type of vibe. And if you're the one getting that vibe and you're not down with it, I think you need to be honest with yourself and then with everybody else. I know. Now, why is it worth it for you to be honest? We're going to get into your relationship sector in a second, but first I want to show you overall energy. Fool, the Two of Cups. Some of you, this is just how I'm hearing it, and I don't always hear it like this. Some of you are throwing yourself into something, and I don't know if throwing yourself all the way in is the way to go. If you've watched my channel before, you know that this isn't something that I'm like is typical for me to say, but I'm just kind of not really feeling I feel like somebody's spying. I feel like there might even be like some cyber stalking. I feel like somebody's being like maybe even like obsessed. And again, that could be you, that could be the other person, but I just kind of don't like this energy. It feels very graspy, and I honestly feel like there is really some fucking amazing stuff happening like for you on a personal level, like when it comes to your creative work, your jobs, your money. I would kind of encourage you to focus on yourself this week. Other people are going to want in, like they're absolutely going to want some. People want to partner with you, people want to work with you, but I think that's going to kind of take up your bandwidth. Like, partner with somebody if it feels good. If there is somebody awesome and there's no red flags, do not take one general tarot reading off the internet and be like, oh, I can't have this partnership with somebody. No. If this rings a little warning bell in your intuition that, you know what, there is somebody who's been stalking me, or I've been stalking somebody and looking at their whatever and noticing if they're online and they're not talking to me, and, you know, that's kind of what I'm feeling. And I would just ask yourself if that's helping you be a cooler, better, more interesting person or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got some really cool stuff to focus on, so I would try to make sure, just notice where you're keeping your focus and whether it makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is very interesting for a Gemini. Y'all are not typically the ones to get, like, one-track mind, but I'm kind of feeling that. So, the Fool is huge opportunity to get into something amazing, but I want you to have both your eyes open. I don't want you to just fall into something. And sometimes with the Fool, I tell people to jump in with both feet, but honestly this week I'm feeling like keep your eyes fucking wide open to other people's habits, wide open to your habits. Now let's talk about the, I would say, all-around most amazing part of your reading. Spirit wanted 3 cards when it comes to income, money, projects, jobs, etc. 3 major arcana. Like, this could have been anything, but we've got Empress, High Priestess, Judgment. Look at these powerful, powerful people. There is a level of sitting back and receiving between these two, High Priestess and the Empress. They're actually sisters. High Priestess is number 2, the Empress is number 3. The gestation of the idea, the concept, the desire, and the birth, the arrival. The Empress is an amazing attractor, so is the High Priestess. If I can dream it, I can have it. That's what these two know. And Judgment is like, well, it's here. What are we going to do about it? We're going to take the wake-up call? When the alarm rings, are we going to get up out of our cozy-ass bed, and even though we want to keep our eyes closed and stay cozy, are we going to get up, get out, and go face the life and the realization and get everything that we want? Because that's what the Empress is. I can get everything that I want, but I got to be at peace with myself. To get what we want that we don't have yet, we have to be where we are. We have to be like, oh, okay, so this is the reality of the situation. We can project into the future all we want. All that does is this. It's like, again, it's a very eyes closed, I just want situation. This is, look at things for what they really are, and you can have even more. Be where you are now, and you can have this future that you desire. But be awake to what's really happening. Why do I say that? Let's look at relationships. Here's what I've been talking about since the very beginning when I was like, I don't know about this, Gemini. I don't know about this. Page of Swords, the Devil, Ace of Wands. Gotta bring some light. Hey, JG. We want to bring light to the Devil. If you haven't read a lot of tarot, the Devil is not external. The Devil is not Satan. The Devil's not evil. The Devil is nothing to be afraid of. That would actually be the exact wrong thing to do. What the Devil requires from us is compassion and attention. Like, I see you there. Tendency to binge, or tendency to jump into relationships with people and then find out what all the red flags were about from the beginning and just be like, oh, but there's so many, and there's some orange ones, and there's some yellow ones. This is great. This is so much fun. And be like, wait, no. Fuck, I'm already 6 months in, and this person is living in my apartment now. Don't do that. And that's just very specifically what Spirit was saying, so maybe some of y'all have that habit of like, let's just jump in and see. I don't really like this energy. This is like stalking energy. This is snooping energy. This is somebody's reading my email or whatever the fuck, like going through my phone when I go to the bathroom, or you're doing it to the other person. And if somebody is doing that to somebody, that's a problem. Even if they're doing it and they're not finding anything wrong. Like, they're looking for something wrong because they're fucking busted. Like, they're fucking like, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not trying to denigrate anybody, but whether it's their heart or their mind or their fucking attachment trauma, they're busted. And if they're already looking through your shit, I just don't like it. I feel a very immature energy, and I would like you to sweep any of that out. And if it's you that is doing that and you recognize that, like, I'm trying to gather intel on this person because I feel like it might give me some sense of security, or, you know, I just checked the 300th time and they're not logged in, so now, like, I'll feel better until 15 seconds from now when I check again. I just feel like I want to get off this train. I want to get off this, like, obsessive or stalking type of train, whether it's coming or going. Ace of Wands says, let's understand why this is happening. Let's understand what it is that we're afraid of, what we're attached to. Why are we attached to this person? What is it about them that, like, are they actually giving us anything, or is this just, like, fucking low down and fucking a waste of energy is actually what I'm hearing. I feel like this is a waste of energy. Here's where you want to be spending your energy. Your projects, fixing up your life, getting to a level where you want to be. And then you bring in people who are on your level. So maybe right now you're playing around a little bit, Gemini, and maybe you're drawing in a little bit of a playing around energy. Nothing wrong with that. If you're happy with that and if that's what you want, cool. But if you're looking for, like, commitment or honesty or etc., start with being honest and committed to yourself. And then it's really way easier to ditch people who are not committed to you. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? We're edging up on that full moon. Kind of had a feeling that we're going to be at some intense energy. We're going to talk about it more next Saturday, because it'll actually be the proper full moon. But as the moon is filling up with light, astrologically speaking, we are filling with energy. And a certain sector of our life is starting to get this big ass fucking spotlight on it, like, what are you supposed to be paying attention to? The pot is in the kitchen, it is simmering, it is about to boil. We want to make sure it's actually cooking something up, not going to boil over and make a big fucking mess. So, you know, keep an eye out. Notice where your emotions are rising. Notice where you might be feeling a little. Sometimes we feel it as extra intuitive. Sometimes we feel it as extra irrational, okay? Nothing wrong with irrational. The connotation, you know, American society, white culture, term used very loosely here, gives to irrationality is that it has no place. Like, rationality is the only thing. Well, fuck that. Intuition is irrational. Synchronicity is irrational. It doesn't make any sense by definition, but it is there. It exists. Whoop. All right. Speaking of full moons, let's talk to Cancer. talk to the moon child. Whoop! Wow. Spirit's ready. Okay. All right. Oh, geez. Okay, Cancer. Let's get into it. Cancer. Cancer Sun. Cancer Moon. Cancer Rising and Dominant Folks. Spirit, what do they need to know this week? Overall focus and energy. For their highest good. Whew, chills. Okay. Okay. And when it comes to money, finances, work, jobs, projects for Cancer Spirit. Okay. All right. Hey, hey. Okay, now, wow. Whoa. Jeez, okay. All right. And for relationships, Spirit, connections, family, friends, romance, what do you want to highlight for Cancer in the realm of relationships? Okay. Oh. Okay. This is a test. This is only a test. That's what I'm hearing, Cancer. Overall focus and energy for the week. Truth. With the Ace of Wands, we have Justice. Making a really important decision this week about the balance of your life and making that choice based on a sense of inspiration, a sense of epiphany, a sense of, I think I need to do this. And when you weigh it, it's like, yeah, I really need to do this. I really need to start this, is specifically what I'm hearing. Like, I have this idea, I have this thing. Am I committed? Am I down? Am I down to just say, yes is my choice, or no is my choice? I feel like you all are making the most of what you have left is actually what I'm hearing, Cancer, and we're going to talk about that. Taking what's there, taking what is still light and bright, moving on. Let's talk about it. In the realm of income, jobs, opportunities, here's your first card up, Spirit 1 and 3. Now I understand why. 5 of Cups, a sense of loss, a sense of grieving, a sense of, wow, I really tried. Like I filled these cups up and then life comes and knocks these over. This didn't go right at all. Like this is the opposite of what I wanted. Crying over spilled milk, right, is kind of, if you were to Google 5 of Cups, that's one of the phrases that you would see. This is not to trivialize what you're feeling, Cancer. When you do anything, you tend to put your heart into it, right? A very emotional sign, very sentimental sign. If you have put like love and energy and effort into someone or something, and this week it disappoints you, and I do feel that there is like a sense of disappointment. Yeah, very well said, Maggie. This is an opportunity to redirect your attention. 5 of Cups, we're going to talk about this a little more when we get to your relationship sector. 5s, in my opinion, in the tarot are tests. This is a conflict. This already sucks. I already lost these 3 cups, and that sucks. Now, am I going to, in addition to these 3 cups that I've lost, am I going to lose myself? Am I going to lose myself in this grief and this mourning? Or will I take the opportunity to turn around and notice what is working, what is good in my life? And remember, this is in the area of income, opportunities, projects, jobs. So one aspect of what you're trying to do may not have worked out or may fall through. All is not lost. That's the other bottom line message of the 5 of Cups. All is not lost. This is still here. This can still be worked with. This can still be enhanced. Now, look at the rest of your cards. 6 of Pentacles, the Empress. If you are afraid of going without, if you are afraid of ending up like feeling like you missed out, Spirit is like, no, 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 no. You give generously, Cancer, and generosity wants to be given to you in turn. and you need to do a little bit of work on how well you receive. You know, Empress is the mother of the tarot, and as much as she is the mother, she is also the receiver. She is also the creator. So you might be very good at giving, but have a little bit of a hard time receiving. If it is the other way around, then notice that too. If you're a good receiver, but it's hard for you to give, try your hand at being more generous this week. But for the overwhelming majority of you, I feel like it's you needing to work on feeling worthy enough to let other people help you out. I'm getting the sense that some of you may be like, how do I say this, Cancer? I love you. Don't be passive aggressive. If somebody hurts your feelings, or if you need something from someone, or if someone is making you feel like shit, please be honest. Don't be passive aggressive. Don't like, no, I'm fine. No, I mean, you forgot about our anniversary, or you forgot about my birthday, but it's fine. I didn't need a birthday. It's fine. It's just a birthday. As like tears fill up your eyes. Like, don't do that, okay? If you need something or want something and you are in a position to ask for it and someone is in a position where they, quote unquote, should be giving it to you, ask yourself if you have a problem receiving and then work on that shit. You deserve. You do a lot. Now, let's get into relationships. Are you ready, Cancer? This is a little bit of a doozy, okay? Again, Spirit wanted 3. Hadn't seen them before we pulled. 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, a Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes we got to get pushed out of the nest. Sometimes people hurt our feelings, and what I'm feeling specifically is some of you may feel taken advantage of this week. Some of you may feel like, wow, you really just were that petty, huh? You just were that selfish that you just took and took and took from me, and then you had the nerve to like turn your back and like walk away and act like I was asking too much? Are you serious? Like, I know. Yeah, this is painful. As a Moon and Cancer person, I'm like, oh shit. 3 of Swords, okay? Pain, separation, sometimes a sense of betrayal. 5 of Swords, pain, often a sense of betrayal, pettiness, cruelty, being selfish. Someone is being very self-centered. And again, could go both ways, Cancer. You might be the one who's being a little selfish and trying to take your ball and go home. This is why Spirit is saying, please don't be passive-aggressive. Don't be passive-aggressive. If what you feel is, please don't leave me, please don't go, then don't say, well, why don't you just fucking go then? And why don't you go fuck yourself and tell your mom that she can fuck off too while you're at it? Like, don't do that. If that's not what you feel, then don't say it. Because some of y'all are thinking, I need to test this person. Or some of you, the other person is testing you. And that's how Spirit's putting it. Like, if you're saying, well, whatever, I'm fine, I don't need anything, and then they say, okay, cool, well, then I'm going to go, and then you feel like this, like, I'm not saying that you should feel bad or it's your fault, but I'm saying don't ask for something that you don't want. If what you want is for them to come closer, say, can you please come closer, I feel lonely, or like, hey, what you said really hurt my fucking feelings, and I need to know if that's how you really feel. Not, well, if that's how you really feel. You know what I'm saying? Honesty is the best policy. Not brutal honesty, not like fucking shoot from the hip, like you just pissed me off and now I'm gonna fucking like aim my best Cancer fucking guilt trip at you and blow your fucking head off with it. Not that. But like, hey, you hurt my feelings, or hey, I need some space because what you just said, that was really shitty, or whatever, and you're worthy of asking for what you need and asking that what you don't need be taken away from you, okay? That's going to bring a sense of completion. For some of you, that may complete a fucking relationship or an entanglement or like a, you know, oh, we were talking, we're not fucking talking anymore. That person made me feel like shit and I decided like I'm done with that. There are other fish in the sea, so I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Wheel of Fortune is completion and the new beginning in one. It's number 10, 1 and 0. I feel some of you are completing a cycle with someone where you've been going back and forth for a long time. And it's like, it's time to let go. Ooh, exactly like that. Exactly like that. Like a toxic relationship that breaks off. It's exactly like that type of energy. 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, that's gnarly shit. But Wheel of Fortune says, hey, you needed that to be over so that you could get on to the next thing. It brings ups and downs and highs and lows, but the wheel turns and moves. And when you got 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, it's time to move. It's time to go. So let's go. All right. That was heavy, Cancer. That was heavy. I hope that that's helpful. Ooh, I hear that. I hear that. That Justice card says a lot of you that choose to move on are making a really good decision. Stand up for yourself. You deserve. You are worthy. Whew. All right. All right. Wow. Yeah, Spirit's ready to talk to Leo. Magician card just flew out. Shuffled it back in for the record, but they're ready to talk to you, Leo. Let's talk to the show off. Let's talk to my lion friends. Leo. Leo sun. Leo moon. Leo rising. Leo dominant people. Spirit. What does Leo need to know? Leo, for their highest good. Overall focus. Okay? And when it comes to jobs, income, money, opportunities, Spirit, for their highest good. Oof, okay? Chills. And finally, when it comes to feelings, love, connections, relationships, Spirit, wow. What does Leo need to know for their highest good? Leo, Leo sun, Leo moon, rising, and dominant. Romance, friends, family, Spirit. What do you want to talk to Leo about? All right. Ooh. Oh, be adventurous, Leo. Be adventurous. Don't be afraid. There's another sense of like completing cycles. Some of y'all might have Cancer placements. Wow. Jeez. Okay, cycle completion. Okay, let's talk about it. All right. Overall energy and focus for this week. Leo, be brave. Try something new. Push the wheel. When you push the wheel, the universe pushes with you. What do I mean? If you want to take initiative in something, if you want something to happen, start. Not just in your head. Speak it. Declare it. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. Send out the application. So, like, write the grant. Like, send the proposal. Make your statement. Declare yourself. Declare your intention. There is a huge sense of, I'm feeling upgrade this week, and you'll understand why in a second. I'm going to show you the progression of these cards. But Page of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. You're taking a chance. That's what I'm hearing. You're taking a chance. You're shutting a door. The shutting a door part is really important and really fucking clear. And let's just get right into it. Income, projects, possibilities. You're taking the lead. This is the upgrade. From the page, who decides to go for something, who tries the idea, who starts the thing, there's a graduation into a Queen of Wands. Whatever it is that you do, when it comes, again, to your creativity, your projects, making money, there's a sense in which relying on your natural Leo charisma, okay? Because the Queen of Wands, Queen of Fire, Queen of Spirit, she's even got her kitty cat here. You are warm, witty, charming. People like to be around you. Can you be a little louder and a little prouder about what you want? I don't normally have to ask that of a Leo. But I feel like you're letting go of something this week, and maybe even, like, the phrase that Spirit is giving me is giving up on something this week, like shutting the door, I'm ending this project, or I'm ending, maybe even it's just like, I'm finished with this project. It may not even be like, ugh, like I have to end this. It might be like, well, that was the last chapter, or I just finished that phase of work, and now it's on to the next thing. This is a good thing. Shutting a door, shining brighter, taking the lead. Queen of Wands is also a natural community leader and someone who brings other people around her very easily and quickly and naturally. Like, people just want to be around this person. If you don't feel excited about it, Leo, to the extent that you can, it's time to let it go, because I feel specifically like something is giving you anxiety, something is taking up too much of your mental bandwidth, and you don't work the best from your head. You are a heart-centered sign. So if something is like, I have to think and think and think and think, and it's making me nervous, it's making me anxious, I have to think and think and think and think and analyze. If that is going on, then there is something amiss. Like, it should come naturally to you. It should be something where you can kind of follow your instincts and be yourself. Like, be yourself, use your natural gift. And if it's not, then it may be time to go ahead and let it die a natural death. The death card is nothing to be afraid of, but it is ending and transition and very often transformation. And when you have the Wheel of Fortune as your overall energy and focus for the week, it's like maybe you've been trying to stay in one place, but it's like, nope, things are rolling. Things are rolling. You've grown up and upgraded. You're getting more and more a sense of your own, Spirit is using the word efficacy, your own, like, effectiveness. Like, oh, look at that. Offered more responsibility. That sounds about right. But yeah, I gotta say, there's a lot of fucking overthinking going on this week. You ready to look at it? This is heavy. Some of y'all might have Cancer placements. Fuckity! Fuckity! I've got 2 follow-up cards for you, okay? But we're going to start here. In order, 9 and 10 of Swords. When it comes to relationships, connections, feelings, you are in your head. You're in your head, Leo. And like I said, when you're in your head, you're not in your heart. You can't be in both places at once. And in your head, there's all kinds of things that can go wrong. There's all kinds of concerns. There's fights. There's harsh words that have been exchanged and thrown around. I feel wow, Spirit just gave me the word reckoning. Some of you all are experiencing a reckoning this week. Here's the 3rd card. I'll show you your ultimate clarifier in just a second. 9 and 10 of Swords, clarified, if we can call it that, by the moon. Confused and confounded even more so by the moon. Do you have abandonment issues, Leo? Do you have attachment trauma? Do you have, even if it's just old relationships where you maybe got fucking treated like shit, and maybe you're projecting some of that onto the current situation? Are there things that you need to dive into your memories and sort out and understand? You need to talk to this woman. I know, nobody wants to. Like, here's you being your lion self with your mane, jamming, just dancing under the moonlight, but this bitch is just waiting to ruin your fucking fun. Like, creeping up behind you and snatching you by the ankle. Like, if something is bothering you, it's time to acknowledge it. And if there's something that needs to be let go of or given up on in your life, because it's like, this is more trouble than it's worth. That's what actually the phrase that they're using. Like, this is more trouble than it's worth. You are more trouble than you're worth, person who I keep having to, like, where are they, or what are they doing, or whatever the fuck. Like, I'm just feeling like, let go. This is a drag. This is a fucking drag. And drag. This chick dragging you back, right? What I'm actually hearing is ask yourself where your current relationship troubles. And remember, relationships can apply to friends, family. This isn't just romance. Like, this is like, where in your life is there strife in your connections, and where does it rhyme with your deep past? Like, I wasn't allowed to want this or need this, like, back in the distant past or back in my previous relationship or whatever, and that is getting dragged into the present. It's time to look at that. It's time to bring light to this situation. It's time to turn the motherfucking lights on and be like, oh, this is what I'm afraid of. What I'm afraid of is this. And for some of you, this is like you're making this up. Like, the Nine of Swords is known as the nightmare card in tarot. So it's like you might be the one who's drumming yourself up into this huge, enormous sense of anxiety based on stuff that has happened in the past that has nothing to do with the present. And if that is the case, then you want to bring light to that so that you don't feel like this, and eventually, if left unchecked, feel like this. Bring light to this. What are you afraid of? What are you anxious about? What are you worried about? When you bring light to it, you can set yourself free. Okay? You can get things moving forward. There are some things to let go of so that you can be more firmly in your power. Are you ready to do that? Again, you're a heart-centered sign, and you work best in your own element. If you're in analysis paralysis, that's a broken fucking Leo. Like, get back into your heart. Get back into your intuition. Right? Hey, for some of us, the wheel is rolling over some dude. Hey, sorry, man. We're growing and we're going. Like, and sorry if you were too fucking slow and you get run over by the evolution. You know, evolution, revolution. We'll put the R in parentheses. Man, this full moon, huh? Leading up to this full moon, Spirit be like, hey, let's look at all your shit. Yeah. It's a hot stone massage of a certain kind. Oh, Danny, thank you so much. Oh, he's so cute. Hey, look, the only way is forward. Retreading that old shit, it just doesn't bring, doesn't generally bring new conclusions unless you're bringing new information to those old conclusions. Out of your head and back into your heart, Leo. Ooh. All right. And from the heart to the body, let's talk to my earth sign Virgos. Let's do it. Mutable earth, Virgo, Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising, Spirit. What do Virgos need to know this week for their highest good? In the coming week, what does Virgo need to know? Overall focus and energy for Virgo dominant folks, Spirit. Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Virgo rising and dominant. All right? All right, all right, all right. And when it comes to jobs, money, work, finances, okay? Oh, they're excited to talk to you. Okay. And I'm actually hearing your home planet, Mercury, which, yes, is retrograde. All right. Okay. Now let's look at relationships. Love, connections, Spirit. Do you want to look at family, friends, romance? What does Virgo need to know about the realm of relationships for their highest good? Okay. Y'all. Wow. Wow. I'm hearing auspicious beginnings. That's the phrase they're using, Virgo. Auspicious beginnings. We are ramping up to that full moon. I am shuffling the shit out of these cards, but this Wheel of Fortune is stalking a lot of people. Listen, new moon to full moon, that is a period of revolution. That is a period of from the beginning to the completion. I would ask yourself, whatever sign you are, what you are bringing to completion in the coming week. Just notice where there might be something that either is coming to completion or needs to be brought to completion. Like, let me tie this shit in a bow, set it on a raft, put it out to the ocean, Viking fucking funeral, light that bitch on fire, I'm done, I'm over it. Light that bitch on fire. This is beautiful energy, all right? Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Wands, this is passionate, excited, forward motion. This is, I see it, I want it, I'm going for it. I have an idea, I feel confident, I'm fucking bounding forward. And I think, Virgo, you have the stick-to-itiveness to see this all the way through. You know, you're a mutable sign, adaptable, and the Knight of Wands can be like a wonderful burst of energy and excitement, but there's a concern about whether there's follow-through there. But I feel like you've got some follow-through. I feel like, you know, a Virgo hardly ever approaches something unless they're like, oh, I can see the end point, and the end point would be so worth the effort that I'm about to put in. Fucking, like, you're ready to jam. You're ready to go. You're ready to close up certain things and open up new things. Let's just talk, I mean, that leads me directly right here. Talk about closing up old things and starting new things. Projects, work, associations, money, etc. Close in one door so that you can devote your energy to this. Death. Again, I shuffle these cards like crazy, but sometimes there's overlap because we tend to have signs that are close together. Death, the closing of a door, the end of a chapter. Now, I am going to say this, even though death is not a bad thing, we as humans, even when we want something to change, we don't like change. We like to know what's happening. We don't like surprises. It's like, no, like, especially, right, earth signs. It's like, what's the plan? I'm supposed to be here right now. This, we went 1, 2, 3, 7. Like, how the fuck did I end up at 7? I was only last at 3. Something may be ending a little sooner than you were expecting it to. That's what I'm hearing. And it feels like it is a natural process. This is not the tower. This is not a rug getting pulled out from under you. This is, I'm bringing this to a close. Because this is worth all of my attention. This is worth my work. For some of you, this Ace of Pentacles may be a job offer. This may be an interview that you have this week that leads to greater things than you may perhaps be expecting. The Ace of Pentacles is a golden opportunity, not to be confused with a silver platter. This is something that if you invest your energy, your time, maybe even your money, but your habits into. We don't stick a seed in the ground and then walk out the next day and expect to see a tree, let alone an orchard. When we plant a seed, we know this is going to take time. This is going to take nurturing. But if I give to the seed in time, the seed will bear its fruit, right? The fruits of my labor will then take care of me. That's what Spirit is saying about this. This is a golden opportunity, Virgo. This is a skill or a job or a nest egg or an idea that if you put your effort, not just your thoughts, that would be swords, right? This is your effort. This is like, I'm going to fucking work my ass off and this is going to, then it's going to take care of me. All the bounty is available. Yes, ace in the hole. Yes, ace up your sleeve. Virgo, try it. Be courageous. I mean, damn. Moving straight into relationships, connections, remembering that this can apply anywhere. It's not just romance, this is family, this is friendships, etc. You want to follow your own intuition and see where the line of your own life goes through, okay? Talk about money and growth and opportunity and teamwork. Some of you, I'm feeling very directly, are making like connections, partnerships, alliances with people that are going to help get this out into the world. Not to mention that I love seeing these two cards in the same spread. Hey, get that money rolling, get that idea rolling. And yet another golden wheel, the sun. 3 of Pentacles says reaching a milestone. Beautiful teamwork, beautiful opportunity for networking. Some of you may be getting together with friends or compatriots, a team effort. This one edits, this one writes, this one speaks, that kind of thing. We're bringing in our various talents. And together, there is this beautiful sense of being seen and being celebrated. There is a sense of feeling so proud of yourself and in your element, and that's how Spirit is putting it, feeling like, ta-da, which isn't typically a very Virgoan thing. Like, feeling like, yeah, give me all the attention. Yes, tell me how good I am at this. But damn, people are going to want to do that for you. You are building something extremely worthwhile here, and it feels like you are surrounded by the people who can help you do it. Most importantly, Virgo, be your beautiful self. The sun in astrology and in the tarot is all about, like, you. How do you shine? What makes you special? What is your great idea? What is your great skill? What is it that makes you so special? You are being appreciated and supported in what it is that makes you special and makes you a standout. If you want something, this is the week to go for it. There is tremendous confidence, there is tremendous opportunity, there is tremendous fucking go for it energy here. So please, please, if you want some, go get some, because it's there. It's there. Goodness. Boy. It's worth your time. That's the other thing I'm hearing. This is worth your time. You're growing a lot right now, Virgo. Damn. Woo! Okay. Okay. Exciting. That was a nice... Okay. Sorry. One parting message, Virgo, before we go. King of Pentacles. Did I just say you're growing? Did we say that if you work on it, you can take that ace from the ace to the orchard? How about a vineyard? You want a vineyard? Would that be better? All right. So now, let's move on to the sunset sign. Straddling the masculine and the feminine, the day and the night. Let's talk to Libra. Let's do it. Libra. Libra sun, Libra moon, Libra rising. Libra dominant folks, spirit. What do Libras need to know this week? Overall focus and energy. Okay? And when it comes to money, work, jobs, opportunities, spirit, what does Libra need to know for their highest good? Okay? And finally, in the realm of relationships, connection, family, friends, spirit, what do you want to tell Libra this week for their highest good? Libra sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. Okay. Wow. Well then. All right. Whew. Ready? Ready? Overall energy and focus for this week. Libra. Where's that full moon hitting you, Libra? Check your chart. Something's on your mind. You thinking, and I'm actually hearing some of you might be having some quite intense dreams this week. 9 of Swords. Stacking up your thoughts, stacking up your worries a little bit, maybe surrounding yourself with them, maybe feeling a little too, Libra, you can be known for your indecision, right? And you might be stacking up all the logical reasons why maybe you're supposed to do something. And I would actually say, a little bit like Leo, Spirit is asking you to get more into your heart. You are an air sign. You do exist a lot in your head. But that's not where you're supposed to be this week. 4 of Wands. Rooted, warm, happy, healthy family. Warm and graceful home. 4 of Wands is also beautiful partnership, long lasting. It's called the marriage card or the commitment card. This is a card of one, like whether you are partnering with somebody romantically or maybe you're partnering with them creatively or in business, there is something really beautiful developing in that direction. And if you have concerns or worries around that, I wouldn't keep them to yourself. That's what I would say about this 9 of Swords and the 4 of Wands is you are in a place where you can share your concerns with the community or the partner or the family or whatever. Do not keep this in. Do not feel like you need to just hold this down and be graceful. And I'm actually hearing like some of you are leaders, so maybe you feel like you have to like hold in your concern or your anxiety or whatever, and like you want to shoulder this alone. And Spirit's like, you're not supposed to shoulder this alone. That's why you have this family or this partner or this community, is so that you can share what you feel, and you never have to do this. You never have to be just sitting up all alone, you know, at night, sleepless. Wake up and share with the people who love you, because they're out here. And even if you're like, I don't have a community, I don't have a family, I live alone, it's fucking COVID, what it might be for you is, let me go get online and talk to other people who live in rural Mississippi or whatever the fuck and be like, y'all, this is crazy, right? Oh, okay, thank God, this is crazy. Get with other people, share your thoughts, don't lock them up deep inside. With this full moon thing, a lot of people have been getting the 9 and 10 of swords. A lot of us are kind of like percolating and freaking ourselves out, and like this world gives us a lot of input. Like, you know, you're watching YouTube right now, it's like media, radio, cell phone, internet, blah, blah, blah. Like, just the world is beaming in at us. Billboards, this, that. It's just like beam, beam, beam all the time. And we don't give as much credence to output. Like, I'm going to have a good cry. I'm going to fucking go take a nap. This is all too much right now. I'm going to call up a friend and vent like a motherfucker. I'm going to go out to my yard and primal scream. Like, I'm going to go punch a pillow. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to journal. These are output. These are like, let me get this shit out right now. I need to move this energy. If you're trying to be graceful by not moving the energy and just by being like, I'm fine, and buttoning yourself up or zipping yourself up, it's like, go ahead and unzip. Go ahead and unzip. Like, let it out to the people that love you, because there are people who will receive that from you. Now, why is it worth it? You're moving some energy this week, Libra. 8 of Cups and our old friend, the Wheel of fucking Fortune. Things are changing. It is Scorpio season. It is transformation season. It is, if it doesn't fulfill my mind, body, heart, and soul, then I don't want it season. 8 of Cups is turning away from something that you have invested a lot of time and effort and energy and love into that you realized was ultimately not serving you, not nourishing you. It may have in the past. 8 of Cups can be kind of an addictive cycle or a habitual cycle. Like, well, at least drinking every night used to give me some sense of fun or some sense of relaxation, but now I'm having this drink and all I feel is shitty. You know what I mean? Or at least, you know, Netflix and chilling with this person used to give me a sense of, like, something to look forward to or a little bit of company, but now I'm feeling more lonely sitting next to this person than I do when I'm by myself. That's when we know it's time to turn our back on something. Is like, wow, this is not even giving me anything. This is actually actively taking away from my life. This is taking away from my well-being. I'm over it. I'm done. Hi, kitty cameo. This woman is leaving behind a very finite, limited amount of love, joy, energy to go toward the source. And this is hard. This takes strength. This is something that we gave a lot of ourselves to, but you are moving on. And you are moving on to much bigger and better things. Wheel of Fortune is completion. The end and the beginning all in one. New beginning. It's going to have ups and downs, but this is all downs. So let's take the ups and downs. Let's take the ups and downs of a new journey. Of, wow, Spirit just said, offering ourselves in service of something. Trust fall is what Spirit just said. Some of y'all are trust falling into the next phase of your life. Let's talk. Let's look at relationships, connections. Pretty amazing. Oh, hello. She was not in reverse. Here's Venus, your ruler, Libra, the Empress, the receiver. Empress knows her worth, her value, asks for what she wants shamelessly, and receives it. Temperance is healing, moderation, gentleness, back and forth. The opposite of this. So some people, Libra, have expected you to just come and fill their cup, fill their cup, fill their cup, fill their cup. And if you dared to ask for them to fill your cup, it was like, excuse me? Like, you're asking something of me? Or like, no, that's what you do. You're the one who takes care of me, or whatever. I hope that you are releasing that. Because something is here that is like, oh, we can go back and forth. Even if we're working with a finite amount of water, like they were talking about, we can keep it fresh by pouring it back and forth, just the two of us. We don't need 8 cups, we just need these 2. When we use these 2 cups, and we just keep it. When you need something, I give it. When you need something, I give it. And it's beautiful. And it's infinite, right? When we pour back and forth, it's infinite and stays healthy and beautiful and clean for both of us. You give a lot, Libra. So receive a lot in turn. Temperance is bringing healing and adjustment. I'm hearing that word very clearly. Adjustment to your relationships. This is a different kind of balance than the Justice card. This is dynamic, and this is very healing energy. You're learning what you're worth. You're learning what you're worth, and you're learning to accept it and give it back. That's my cat fucking around in the background. Thanks, Derpy. I hope you can hear Lucy snorting in the background. The sound of cat tossing. All right. We just snorting over here. All right. All right. So, wow. All right. Spirit is throwing cards, so let's talk to Scorpio. Let's dive in. It is Scorpio season. We're working up. Wow. We're working up to that full moon. It's only going to get more intense. Wonder what next Saturday is going to be like. What are y'all doing for Halloween, just out of curiosity? Are people, like, getting dressed in costumes and staying home? Like, are you, like, going to go drive around and look at the lights? Like, I've got, my sister and I have some plans. Some special costume plans. Just curious what y'all are going to get up to. Is this, like, a pure Instagram Halloween? Is this just, like, I'm going to go in my closet and pull out whatever the fuck and then put up a picture and be like, Happy Halloween, you guys, I put on a hat. Feels a little bit like that. That's a good one. Totally. Totally. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, they're ready. All right. Very intense cards. Scorpio. Let's get into it, Scorpio. Scorpio sun. Scorpio moon. Scorpio rising. What do they need to know this week, Spirit? Scorpio dominant folks. Their highest good. Scorpio. Overall energy and focus for Scorpio this week. All right. And when it comes to money, work, jobs, opportunities, projects for Scorpio. All right. And finally, when it comes to love, connections, family, friends, Spirit, what aspect of Scorpio's emotional life do you want to talk about? Their highest good this week. Scorpio. Okay? All right. Ooh. New horizons. And the truth shall set you free. I'm hearing straight up, Scorpio, some of you are moving. You may have just made the decision or had the conversation, or you may be having it this week. Some of y'all are going to be just out, like, looking for, where's the new job, where's the new place. Even if I'm not ready yet, even if I don't have it lined up, like, I'm off. Like, it is Scorpio season. When the sun is in your sign and you are a Scorpio, you are lit the fuck up. It is all about figuring out, what do I want? Where do I want to be in a year? Particularly on your birthday, when you're having your solar return, it's like your personal new year. So wherever you are, Scorpio, even if you're not a Scorpio sun, the sun is lighting up your moon or your ascendant or whatever it is that you have in Scorpio, asking for your attention. Okay? Where is it that you want expansion? Where is it that you can cut yourself loose and move on? You've learned a lot. You've got a lot, and it's time to take what you know and move on to the next phase. Three of Wands is like, I've climbed a good long way up this mountain, and now I can see not just where I've been, but where else I can go. And I couldn't see that before. So you've reached a new level, you have new perspective, and it's time to expand based on what you have now understood. Some of you, again, it's like you may have had a conversation with somebody where it's like things became very clear. Either this is working out great and we're moving on to the next phase, or this is not working out and I need to get out of here, like I'm done with this. Either way, there's expansion. And man, I'm feeling like some of y'all might even be signing contracts, starting new positions, training other people. Like, I'm just getting a big sense of upgrade for Scorpios this week. And whether you know what this, if you don't know what this upgrade is, the energy that Spirit wants you to tap into is like, how can I upgrade myself? Like, what about my life or schedule or resources can I improve upon this week? Because every effort you make to expand, like, as above, so below, as within, so without. If I get a little smarter, if I work a little harder, a little better opportunity, a little bigger notice comes from the outside. Just experiment with that and see how life treats you. You know, like the difference between, and I'm so, okay, this is funny, but this is what Spirit is saying. Nobody even has to be a witness to, like, your upgrade. Like, you might be like, I'm working at home, it's COVID, right? And maybe the past few weeks you've been working from home, nobody's going to see you, so you're in sweatpants and fucking greasy hair up in a ponytail or whatever the fuck. But this week, you're like, I'm tired of feeling like a fucking dump. So you know what, I'm going to take the extra 15 minutes to, like, put on something that feels like I look decent and, like, make sure that my fucking hair is washed or whatever. And you, even though you're just in your house, you're walking around with your head a little higher. You're walking around with your shoulders back. You are feeling a little bit better about yourself as a human being. And then, oh, whoa, that's so weird. I just got a message or a DM or whatever the fuck from this interesting person or from this interesting place offering me this opportunity. Shifting your energy from the inside out, upgrading from the inside out is what I'm hearing. When you're honest with yourself, life gets to offer you more things. Being where you are allows you to get to the next place. So not just dreaming and projecting into the future, but being like, this is what my life is right now. This is what's not working. Bam. As soon as you're like, this is what's not working, and make a shift, life shifts with you. When it comes to income, money, opportunities, the Fool and the Hierophant. This is a very interesting combination because the Fool is like, I know nothing. Like, I'm about to go get in over my head. I know nothing at all. Let's go find out. We'll see what happens. The Hierophant is like, I know everything. I do it by the books. I've got my disciples right here because, you know, disciple, root word for, you know, discipline. Are you down and willing to discipline yourself, Scorpio? Are you willing to be like, you know what, I don't know all about how to do my life. Like, I could stand to learn some things. I could use a teacher or a coach or a book or whatever to get my shit together. I could use a little bit of a more stringent schedule when it comes to, or like a budget. Hierophant, like, do it like this. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Clean slate, great learning opportunity. Big upgrade here from I know nothing to, oh, I'm fucking wise as fuck. Do you need to learn about budgeting? Do you need to learn about investing? Do you need to learn about how to run your own business or how to submit contracts or shit like that? Do your research. Dive in. This is worth upgrading yourself. It's going to pay off, Spirit is saying, in multiple ways. Some of you may be even engaging a coach or a teacher or stepping into a mentorship program, or, like I said, in general readings, the situation can be reversed when you're the one offering the mentoring or the teaching to people. Regardless, there's a teacher-student kind of dynamic here, and it looks like it serves you very well. Now, some of y'all, let's talk about love, connections, relationships. One of my favorite cards to see in this area, Ace of Cups. Raw, beautiful outpouring of energy, offering forgiveness or falling in love or asking out on a date. Surprise, surprise, I want this from you. And with Justice, some of you all may be straight up getting engaged, getting married, going to the courthouse, signing the paper, applying for this or that. Like, and some of you may be doing that in other terms. Like I said, relationships doesn't just mean romance. Some of you might be signing the papers on a new house. Some of you might be incorporating with a partner, like a business partner, a creative partner, signing papers, making it official. But I'm definitely hearing a lot of you all are making something official in the realm of relationships and love this week. So whether you're signing something or you're just, you know, metaphorically or literally shaking hands on something, there is something with a lot of healthy potential coming in the realm of love. Or I should say in the realm of relationships, connections. There's a lot of potential here. Keep it in balance, Scorpio. That's the other thing I'm hearing with that Justice card is sometimes when we get interested in somebody or we're dating somebody new or we've just moved in with somebody, right? We might be like, oh, I've been with this person, but we're moving on to this new phase of our relationship, right? Sometimes maybe we want to go really hard. Like, you know, you've ever fallen in love with somebody and it's just like then you spend every waking fucking minute together. And it's like, it's what you want, right? And it feels great at the time. But we also know that like too much of anything, that can be a smothering energy. So a little bit of space and a little room to like miss someone or something, that can actually be really healthy. Like, oh man, I'm not going to see them till like, 3 or 4 days from now, and I'm going to miss the fuck out of them, but man, when I see them, I'm going to be like, that time is going to be so precious and so amazing. So leave some room to breathe. That's the other thing that I'm hearing. Like, this thing is amazing that it's happening. Give it room to breathe. Okay? Okay. Looks pretty great, Scorpio. You narrowly avoided, those death cards and shit like that some of the rest of us have been getting. What's your secret? It's Scorpio season. Is it your solar return? All right. So, from Scorpio to Sagittarius, let's talk. Mutable fire. Spirit just said spiritual fire. Okay, let's get into it. We're going to pull a High Priestess or another Hierophant. We'll see. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sagittarius Sun. Sagittarius Moon. Sagittarius Rising. Spirit. What does Sagittarius need to know for their highest good? Overall focus and energy for Sagittarius this week. Spirit. Woo! Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Spirit. What do they need to know for their highest good this week? Okay? And when it comes to jobs, money, finances, wow. Okay. Jobs, money, finances, opportunities for Sagittarius. What do they need to know, Spirit, this week for their highest good? Okay? And when it comes to relationships, love, connections, what does Sagittarius need to know, please, Spirit, for their highest good? All right. Wow. Woo. Okay. Okay. Looking pretty fucking great, Sagittarius. Overall energy and focus for the week. Taking the lead, getting some really good work done, getting a really, like, there may even be a financial upgrade for you this week. King of Swords, leadership, 8 of Pentacles, upgrading from apprentice to master. 8 of Pentacles is like doing a quote-unquote like hard day's work, but it's the type of work that you love. It's like, this is my work. Like your writing or your craft, your skill. You are making something that is just yours, and it's here to make you money. That's the other thing about the 8 of Pentacles is it's like this skill or this gift or this talent that you have and that you are nurturing, and it's like you are coming to the work table day after day after day. This is something that you are really nurturing and habitually working on. Some of y'all may be actually literally going for a master's degree. That's what I'm hearing with this King of Swords. King of Swords is the king of words, the master messenger, master writer or speaker. King of Swords is like not somebody you want to get in a debate with because they will smash you to fucking pieces. Like they will eviscerate your argument with their logic and just leave you like, what just happened? So you, Sagittarius, are throwing people for a fucking loop. You are known as the truth teller of the fucking zodiac, right? Like you are the person who may throw other people off with just how honest you're willing to be. But you're not doing it with immaturity. You are doing it with a lot of aplomb. You are doing it with a lot of leadership. Some of you are leading a team to success. Manager or something to that effect, group leader. Boy, and again, if there is something of your very own that you've been wanting to create, it is time to take the lead. It is time to say, this is mine, and take authority and fucking go for it. I do feel like there is clarity required around this. Actually, I'm getting the nudge to pull another card. So, just one more, please, Spirit. Tell me a little more about income, projects. What is the clarity needed for Sagittarius? Wow. You might need a sounding board. Let's talk. When it comes to money, finances, projects, opportunities, wow. This is a lot of intensity. And let's not forget, we have a full moon coming up this week. So keep an eye on what is happening in your life around money, projects, finances, especially as we wind up to Saturday when the full moon will actually be here. What do you really want? It feels like it's like very much available to you. Ace of Cups is an outpouring. Ace of Cups is an offer. Now what's the clarifier? Two of Cups. You may need a sounding board. You may be working with a partner. This person may be able to help you get clear about what has been holding you back or confusing you when it comes to what you want to do with your projects or your money or your job. This person may be able to be like, oh, well, here's what I would do. Here's what my next step would be. And they just like shift the whole landscape by bringing in this new way of thinking. Because this is very, you were the Temperance card, right? Sagittarius, in terms of the tarot, Sagittarius is Temperance, and Temperance is shown as having 1 foot on land, 1 foot in the sea. In this case, there is a partner that you can balance with. This person may be your romantic partner because they're coming in with the Two of Cups, but they could be a business or creative partner or just somebody that you really have good chemistry with. That's what I'm really hearing is like there's good chemistry, this person's a good sounding board, you trust them to tell you the truth, and they really help you sort through your feelings. They really help you sort through your fears and your hesitations, especially when it comes to what you want to do with your money, your job, your skills. And it's really important that you look at that. So for some of y'all, this may really truly be a romantic partner or even like a romantic potential. Because let's look at romance. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. You already had the Ace of Cups. Now you have the Ace of Pentacles and the World. This is like from 0 to 60. I should say this is from 0 to 100. This is from the inception of an idea to like publishing, broadcasting, worldwide distribution. Everybody sees what I'm capable of. And I'm really feeling that it comes through some type of partnership. Remembering that partnership, you could partner with a friend. You could partner with your cousin. Like this doesn't have to be romance, but for some of you it may well be. But this is something that you can take all the way. Some of you may even be debuting something this week, like I'm starting my channel, or again, like I just graduated with my master's, or I just got this new job and now like I'm on top of the world. Like I feel so fucking accomplished. I feel so proud of myself. The world is, I have nothing to be ashamed of. Look how far I've come. And it's even like, wow, I can see why I had to go through every single little thing and every phase that I've been through, because I couldn't have gotten here without learning this. I couldn't have gotten there without learning that, going through that. And we start to make peace with even the struggle and the challenge, because it's like, oh, well, thank God that I got fired from that job, or else I never would have found out how good I am at this. Or thank God that person got the fuck out of my life when I spoke the truth, because now, I mean, this has become available to me. I'm going to say that it is also true for you, Sagittarius, that focusing on yourself, your worth, your skills, your dreams, your goals, that is what is going to support you even when it comes to your relationships. Because if people don't support you in your goals, like, then they're not really supportive of you. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that, Maggie. Because you're quite a philosophical sign, and what happens for you, what the effect that you have in the long term, in the long range, on wide swaths of people, that's the stuff that really matters to you. Philosophers, like spiritualists, y'all are out here to spread messages. So, spread your message. Publish your book, broadcast your channel, start your podcast. Like, you may find that it goes a lot further, a lot faster than you're expecting. Okay? Okay. Alright, Sag. Ooh, lighter and brighter, lighter and brighter. Woo! Spirit is throwing cards. Now, let's talk to Capricorn. Wow, I'm going to shuffle this guy back in. But right when I said Capricorn, who we pull? Who's your daddy? The Emperor. Shuffling back in. Let's see where we end up. All right, Capricorn. Spirit. Capricorn Sun. Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising, Capricorn dominant folks. What do they need to know for their highest good? Capricorn. Capricorn sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. Spirit, this week. Overall focus and energy for Capricorn. Okay? And when it comes to money, work, jobs, income for Capricorn. Capricorn sun, moon, rising. Okay? And when it comes to relationships, Capricorn. Connections, family, friends, romance, spirit. What do you want to talk to Capricorn, sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks about this week? Okay. Ooh-wee. Okay. I need one more. That full moon. She sure keeps showing up. Tell me about it. One more, please, Spirit. Wow. Okay. Ooh, I like that. Let's talk about it. Overall focus and energy for Capricorn this week. Starting here. Moon, 3 of Cups. Capricorn, you are not at your most comfortable floating around in your deep feelings, your deep fears, your deep concerns. So, get some people you love to go with you. There are people supporting you through what may be a little bit of a confusing time, a time where things are in flux. That's the moon, right? There is, in particular, this person. Not just a 3 of Cups, not just a friend, a King of Cups. Now, when we're dealing with the wateriness of the moon, this is a perfect guide. This is somebody who gets it. This is somebody who understands deep feelings, deep wells of emotion, of fears, of the deep past, of the unconscious pull that our memories and our upbringing have on what we do today, even though we may feel like, no, like, I mean, this is today, you know, I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm not doing anything by, you know, nothing is based on the way my childhood was or the way my mother acted or whatever, and it's like, yeah, it's there. This person, whether they are a literal therapist or just a very good friend with like a great emotional depth to them, this person can help you sort through this. And like I said, you've got a lot of support this week in getting clear, in understanding where your feelings are coming from, where your fears are coming from. Lots of support coming in. And I do feel, like many of us, and listen, I'm going to attribute so much of this. It's going to be really interesting if I ever get to go back and look at these videos and notice which kind of cards are coming up over and over again, because I feel like I attribute a lot of this to that full moon. There, you know, the full moon, filling up with light, filling up with fucking energy, we start to get a little anxious, a little emotional. In the realm of money, work, opportunities, etc. 9 of Swords, 6 of Cups. 9 of Swords, I want to say baseless fears. I want to say obsessing, and here's what I'm hearing, Capricorn, is you can make the mistake of thinking, like, if I can just think about how bad it could possibly be, if I can just picture the worst fucking possible scenario, like, well, then at least I'm not going to be blindsided when it happens. And it's like, like, is that true? Like, you know, like, it does just thinking the worst is going to happen, the worst is going to happen, the worst is going to happen, and then the worst happens. Does it actually make anything any better, or is it just like, cool, so now I was feeling like shit for an extra week to get here, and yes, you know, the worst has happened or whatever. And I don't think the worst is going to fucking happen. 9 of Swords is baseless fear. It's like nightmares. I'm stacking up my anxieties, and I'm looking at them, and I can't take my eyes off them. And it's not to be like denigrate anybody. Yeah, exactly, Maggie. It's like there's too many things. It's too much. Like it's becoming like, I can't even think straight because it's too much. Again, Spirit is like, could you share the load? You've got 3 of Cups, you've got 6 of Cups. This is sharing specifically with friends. This is sharing with loved ones, and especially loved ones who feel like soulmates. People who you know you can really be yourself with. Don't keep this to yourself, Capricorn. If you're scared, or if you're worried, or if you need advice or assistance or support, I know it's uncharacteristic for you to ask, but people want to give. And some of you, they may give to you without asking because they just know you that well, and they're like, I can see you're fucking struggling, so I know you're never going to say anything, so let me just show up with some soup. Let me just show up with a ride. Let me just show up with whatever it is that you need. And I'm not even going to ask, and I'm going to tell you, please don't say thank you, please don't say you don't need this, please just take it. Take it. People want to give to you. Particularly, it feels like when it comes to, if you're concerned about something around work, it feels like that's going to be mollified this week. It feels like it's going to be taken care of. Yes, exactly. Please make requests of the universe and your friends, Maggie. That's the right attitude. Now, I'm happy to see that there are friends coming in to assist you, because again, let's move over to the relationship sector. 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Needing to lighten your load. Having taken on a whole lot to a point where you're not even sure if you can see where you're going. It's like, I'm doing all of the things. What do these people have in common? Like, I can't really see where I'm going because I've stacked up everything in front of myself. All of my tasks, all of my worries, all of my fears. Time to leave a couple of things behind. Time to take a couple of things off of your plate. Can you streamline in any way this week, Capricorn? And I mean, here's what I'm hearing, I mean streamline from the big stuff to even the little stuff, like, let me just make sure that my bills are paid automatically. So that I'm not having to be like, oh shit, when's the, cable due? It's, oh shit, it was today, or it was yesterday, or whatever. Take an hour, plug it into your calendar, and be like, I'm going to set up all my shit to start getting auto-paid. Or I'm going to set up, consistent reminders on my phone that pop up, hey, Lily, that pop up every morning at 7:30 a.m. that say, drink a liter of water, or whatever, to make it a no-brainer. You know what I mean? We're expecting our brain is a hard drive. You know what I'm saying? Our brain is not RAM. RAM is random access memory. When we get on the computer and it's like, I want to open this program and I want to open this tab and I want to do this and that, the speed at which these things happen, that's RAM. We do not want to be trying to use our RAM as hard drive. Oh, let me not forget that thing. 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 Then all your fucking bandwidth is on, let me not forget that thing. Let me not forget that. And then, when do you get the thing done? And how much actual room and space and focus does the thing itself get? Put it on the fucking calendar. Put it in a fucking planner, whatever, so that it's out of your brain, pensive, out of your brain, on the piece of paper or in the phone. Really, this is what I'm really fucking feeling, is do something where it's you get a little fucking alarm that says, hey, take care of yourself. Hey, pay the fucking bill. Hey, car needs an oil change. You just changed it today? Well, then that means 6 months from now, so let me do that right fucking now. 6 months from now, I'm going to set this reminder that says, hey, go change your fucking oil. Everything you can make a no-brainer, make a no-brainer. So that you're not doing this. Ah! I mean, it is. No-brainer. Your RAM is for those on-the-spot decisions. Your hard drive, that's for keeping the long game, okay? Keep your RAM freed up. Now, I must have some nerds listening. All right. Good. Nice to meet you, fellow nerd. And speaking of nerds, let's talk to Aquarius. Aquarius. Aquarius Sun. Aquarius Moon. Aquarius Rising and Dominant Folks. What do they need to know, Spirit? Aquarius. Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Dominant Folks. Spirit for their highest good. Ooh, chill. Chill for you, Aquarius. What do they need to know this week? Overall focus, Spirit. Where does it benefit Aquarius to put their focus and energy this week? For their highest good. Okay? And when it comes to money, jobs, opportunities, for Aquarius, Spirit, what does it serve Aquarius to know this week? To focus on in the realm of work, resources. Okay? And in the realm of relationships, love, family, friendships, romance. In the realm of connection, Spirit, what does Aquarius need to know for their highest good? Okay, let's do it. Wow. Okay. How much major arcana do we need? Wow. Okay, Aquarius. No choice but to be yourself. That's a very Aquarian move to make. The Hermit and the Fool. When you know what you need to do, go. That's what I'm hearing. Not before. You don't need to jump off this cliff if you're like, well, I don't know, I'm not sure. Like, don't do that. If you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to, like, scrape my knee or suffer the slings and arrows of stating this position or going for what it is I want to do or whatever, don't do it. But if you are like, I know this is what I need to do. The Hermit. You're shutting the fucking laptop. Very Aquarius energy. Doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Who gives a shit? They're running their business like that? Cool. They're doing their relationship like that? Cool. This is how they run their life? Cool. Like, nothing to do with me. Me? I'm doing this. When you know, go. You will be caught. Okay? That's what Spirit is saying. You walk off the cliff, there will be a glass bridge there. Nobody else can see it but you, Aquarius, because that is in your nature. That's part of your gift. Like, you look at certain things that other people are like, I would never. I could never. I would never have even thought of that. And you're like, yeah, I know. That's why it's mine. And for all the world, I'm going to look like a fool walking off this cliff, doing it my way, doing my own thing. But then you're all going to be shocked to shit when I'm just like strolling across this huge chasm and you don't even know how it's possible. Trust. Trust. Speaking of trust, when it comes to work, money, projects, opportunities, it doesn't get much better than this, Aquarius. If you want something, it feels like it's coming at you. And if you want something, what I really feel is state that. Say that. The Emperor, who's your daddy? This is what I want. This is what I'm building. This is what I want. So I'm going to need this opportunity or this resource or this type of person or this whatever. You are attracting shit toward you like crazy. Opportunities, activities, people. It's like people sending in applications or grants or like requesting you, like, and you are like, oh yeah, give it to me. Bring it to me. I'm ready for it. I know exactly what to do with it. The Emperor plays by the rules. Their own rules. How do you want to run your life? What do you want your daily life to look like? The Emperor is all about boundaries, schedules, discipline. We get obsessed with the big, sexy goal. The dollar amount or the follower count or the fucking like status, right? Of whatever it is we want to be or have or do in life. And we can get obsessed with that big, sexy goal. What we really want to get obsessed about this week are those unsexy but totally essential steps that take us to the big, beautiful, tall, sexy goal. Okay? Unsexy step. Wake up at this time. Unsexy step. Stay properly hydrated. Unsexy step. Write for 45 minutes a day whether I feel inspired or not. Unsexy step. You know what I'm saying? What gets you there? Not just, this is what I want. Tick, 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 tick. Check off the boxes. This is what gets me there. When you know what you want and you throw yourself into it totally, the universe abides and sees a leader, knows a leader. So be a leader. Allow your inspiration to take you forward. You are summoning in people who can help you with that, who can support you in what it is you want to do for yourself. The Hierophant and the Emperor have a lot in common. Again, they are all about discipline. Hierophant has the keys to the kingdom. Hierophant has secret knowledge. Secret, sacred, that was what I just said. It's both, okay? And it leads to epiphanies. There is a wise person in your relationship sector. This person may be a literal teacher, mentor, healer, priest, priestess. They want to see you win. They want to see you take your baton all the fucking way in this relay race. They're like, here, let me pass you the torch. You take. This is for you. Go forth and conquer. This person is a powerful ally. Please trust yourself. Please be focused, Aquarius, on what it is that you want to create and be and do in life. Like, yes, relationship-wise, this is great. I like this. There is spark here. There is epiphany here. There is support here. But I feel like focus on you. Focus on you and what you want, not the way anybody else wants it or does it. If you want their support, great, but you don't need it. You don't need it, but it sure will be there for you. I mean, Spirit is saying, people know a good thing when they see it. If somebody wants to invest in you, which I feel that they do, please take that for what it really is. Okay? And you're going to do it from a baseline, Aquarius, of I know what I want and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And if somebody else wants to, like, contribute, great. It's not going to change, like, what I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? The people who want to support you and guide you, they're not looking to derail you. And if somebody is looking to derail you, to shift anything about it, then that's not this person. Like, the person I'm talking about is just like, I want to see you win. I want to see you fucking get, like I said, the torch passed to you in the relay race, and now you take it. Okay? A little more popularity, a little more attention, a little more messages going back and forth is what I'm hearing for you, Aquarius. Looks pretty fucking exciting. Ooh-wee. Y'all, home stretch for patient, mystical Pisces. Y'all ready? Back into the deep, deep waters. Whoo, water bearer to the water breather. Let's talk to Pisces. Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. Pisces sun, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. Spirit, what do Pisces people need to know for their highest good? Overall energy and focus for Pisces, Spirit. Where do they want to put their focus? Ooh, chill. This week, their highest good. Okay. And now, let's look at money, income, opportunities, resources. What does Pisces need to know this week, Spirit, for their highest good? Pisces sun, moon, rising, and dominant folks. For their highest good. Okay. And finally, let's look at love. Wow. I just threw a card. Okay. Audible gulp. How many of y'all got Aquarius placements? Ooh, okay. All right. All right. Let's jump right in. We said deep water, huh? Let me say jump right in and then pull this fucking card after asking if you have Aquarius placements. Are you holding back, Pisces? Is there something you're afraid of? Are you thinking that if you do this, there's no going back? Because you're right. Overall focus and energy, Two of Swords, clarified by the Fool. The truth is that if your soul craves something, then you've got to go for it, even if you have hesitation, even if you have a little bit of analysis paralysis. Do they see, though? Do Pisces, huh? Can you? You can if you stop thinking that, like, analyzing this is going to prevent you from running into any roadblocks. There's a little bit of maybe you've been stacking up. I just feel like, Pisces, I'm going to say the same thing to you I've been hearing, and I think it's because this full moon is building and building and building. It's like your mind is not where all of these things are going to, like, get settled and take place. This is not, like, that Two of Swords is not doing you any fucking favors. Like, that's got you like this, and Spirit's like, open your arms. And I'm also hearing, when I hear open your arms, Spirit is like, people want to be generous to you, and we want you to accept that generosity. Now, I don't feel everybody wants to be generous to you, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But you need to state what it is that you want to yourself, to the universe, to, like, your fucking social media feed, whatever. Like, you need to be honest, Pisces. Not messy, just honest. Like, this is what I'm hearing. Some of y'all have learned something over the past 2 months. Like, something about yourself, something about the way that you run your life, something about what it is that you want, or you are different than you thought you were. That's what I'm hearing. And Spirit is like it's kind of like a come out of the closet energy. Like, if you've been closeted about the fact that you are non-binary, or if you've been closeted about the fact that, like, you are leaving the corporate world and you never want to go back, or if you've been closeted about the fact that you're having a certain type of lifestyle or relationship or whatever, hey, Cherokee, you are never late. This thing will be up for replay in a few. It's time to be honest. It's time to state what you want. It's time to open your arms. It's time to go for it. Again, you don't need to be messy. I'm not saying you need to get on, and you don't need to set up a billboard and put your crush's name on it. That's not what you need to do. But you at least need to acknowledge to yourself what it is you want, and stop thinking that you're going to prevent yourself from getting hurt if you can just analyze and think and see every step of the way. Like, there's no seeing every step of the way. That's why it's a journey. Like, you're meant to find out. So let's talk about some things you're meant to find out. This week, when it comes to income, jobs, opportunities, etc., the Devil, clarified by the Four of Swords. Now, I'm actually hearing specifically the word Capricorn. I don't always hear that related to the Devil, but the Devil in the tarot is the Capricorn card. So some of you may be either working with a Capricorn or attempting to work with a Capricorn. Hey, it's 'tis the season to let go. It is fall. We call it fall for a reason. Just let it fucking fall. Let it go. Trust fall. The Devil. The Devil, or the Capricorn, or the fear that you have of letting loose. Pisces, do you think that you need other people's approval to do what you need to do, or to do what you want to do? If you are hooking yourself or attaching yourself to somebody else's approval or anything like that, I would say, like, let's let go. The truth is that when you are you, some people are going to love it and some people are going to fucking hate it. And, like, if you are trying to make yourself palatable for anybody, let it go. Let it go. If anything, differentiate yourself. Be like, here's who I'm not for. And I'm hearing this very clearly. Some of you all might be healers, public personalities, etc. Maybe you're trying to do, like, a social media type of work. And what I'm hearing is, that's very funny, because approval of others is exactly what Spirit is getting into. They're saying, like, some of you all may have, like, a landing page, right, or a sales page where it's like who my services are for, or something like that, right? Like, you know, book me if you need blah, 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 blah. Spirit's like, you need a page that's like, who I'm not for. Like, milquetoast motherfuckers who are not ready to do the work. Or, like, you don't need to say milquetoast motherfuckers. That might be, like, my sales page. But, like, people who are not clear on who they are and what they want. Or people who have not done their fucking, like, anti-racism work, or people who are not ready to face their deepest fears and acknowledge their greatest desires, or whatever. Differentiate the fuck out of yourself. Like, If somebody in the world is trying to make the devil out of you, then lean the fuck in. If you are afraid of something, make it bigger. Like, if you are worried that, you're being too greedy or too much or asking whatever, I won't say this all the time, but this is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Make it bigger. Like, my prices are my prices because, like, I'm fucking worth it, or etc. Like, dare people a little bit. Dare people and dare to differentiate yourself. Okay? That is going to be a healing experience for you. Four of Swords. Some people may fall away and shut up and be like, whoa, I'm sorry, I was looking for a milquetoast motherfucker, and, like, this is not milquetoast at the fuck all. Like, this is totally, like, fucking, this is extreme, or whatever. Good. Get out of the way. Like, I'm gonna do it my way. Again, I'm feeling for a lot of you, you are like healers and speakers, where it's like you help people get really fucking clear about what they're doing. Yes, exactly. Know your worth. Anybody who falls off or falls out of the way, like, good. Make way. I needed some rest anyway. I needed a little R&R. So I'm going to go ahead and let the world know what kind of fucking devil I am. Maybe take a page out of the Capricorn book and be like, I'm the shit. I'm amazing. If you don't like it, get out of the way. And then there is a sense of order and understanding. And I really like this because, and I'll show you why in just a second. Sorry if I showed you my ass. There's a really nice progression across your three different places. From the 2 to the 4, the 2 of confusion, to the 4 of calm, to the 6 of understanding and moving on. 2, 4, 6. How nice we get to skip the 3 and the 5 of Swords. We don't need those. We can go right from the confusion to the healing to the understanding and moving on. And moving on to bigger, better, higher things. 6 of Swords in the realm of relationships, along with the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Now this is really interesting because these are like two sides of the same coin. The Hierophant is the spiritualist who does things by the book, who has the code, who has an order, who has gates, right, is a gatekeeper. The High Priestess, I know, damn, I know. The High Priestess is the one who is like a natural, right? Like, oh, we need to put this herb with that. Oh, well, you need to have your energy cleansed, and gains things from intuition rather than necessarily a code. This is two power players working beautifully together. This is two people who are deep in their spiritual knowledge. So you may be in a partnership where either you are this person or that person. Maybe I'll change roles. But there is a sense of great intelligence, great knowledge, and both of these people possess such a thing. Both of these people clear the way. Yes, I love it! 2, 4, 6, 8. I fucking love it, Maggie. This is a power couple. So whether you're the High Priestess or the Hierophant, and maybe you know who this other person is, maybe you don't know who they are yet. If you don't know who they are yet, you getting clear on what you want and healing yourself is moving you toward that person. The clarity to be able to find this person. This is a beautiful divine partnership, and this is very much like this. It's that temperance kind of energy of like, we can go back and forth. This person has this aspect, I have this aspect, this, that, constantly learning from each other. I'm going to say again, power couple. Both of these people have mastery. So this could be any kind of connection. Yes, this could be romance and that kind of partnership. This could also be a creative or business partnership where it's like when we put our two different modalities and styles together, they're very different, but damn if we don't get all the bases covered because we come from two such different and distinct but equally deep and abiding places. Wisdom. An outpouring of wisdom and clarity sailing you forward this week, Pisces. I mean, damn. Why don't you just go ahead and set yourself free? Set yourself free. Onward and upward, Pisces. Y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting and putting up with the continuing birthday shenaniganery, if that was a word. Set me free, why don't you, babe? I love it, Maggie! Why are you in my head? Is this the Cancer and Capricorn placements? I love y'all. I hope that this is helpful for you. Appreciate the fuck out of you. And I'm excited to see you next Saturday. Well, it will not only be a full moon, but a super moon and Halloween. The veil will be thin. I may be in costume. I haven't decided. I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week, and that I see you next Saturday on time. How about that? Bye, y'all.